What's going on, everybody? It is Hunter here from the Next Step Podcast. Welcome back, my friends. I'm here with my trusted Dusty P. Daddy. What's Daddy?
Man, the introductions, they just keep getting better and better.
I'm trying. There was another thing I was going to say, but I can't remember it now. Why can't I remember that, Paul?
Oh, that's a no-go. I was thinking you were going to call me weekend boyfriend, but...
Oh, that was it. Was it? But I couldn't remember, so I used your other name.
Whew, man, I thought we were friends.
I think we just got off on the wrong foot. Anyways, Dusty, even though I probably angered you and triggered you already, I do need your help.
You need my help. Well, first off, can I tell you that I'm still fucking high from 15 minutes ago? Because we just drove a fucking Tesla.
Vroom.
Like, and I know that actually they don't go vroom.
No, they don't.
I know that's probably not a big deal to most people, but that is actually mine and Hunter's dream car.
Yeah, you see, and up here in Maine, a Tesla is still something you don't see too often. So when you see one, it's a big deal. I know you city folk would probably be like, I see a Tesla every day. Well, it's not an everyday occurrence for us up here in Maine, and we got to drive one.
And let me tell you, the hype is real, folks.
Yeah, you can go fast.
You can go real fast.
Real fast.
Anyway, all right, buddy, you need my help. What you need? What can Dr. Dusty do for you today?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I feel confident now. Well, anyways, I know we've talked about this off recording a little bit, and so I wanted to pick up to really, get some clarity and on the next step for us in our business and myself personally. So, like as long as you've known me, you've known that I've had a big passion for creating content, and whether that be mainly writing or YouTube videos, right? And about a year and a half ago, I made a commitment to myself that I would be consistent in making a YouTube video every day, every week for a year. And I did that. And then some things came up. We moved the gym, all that, which is no excuse to stop, but I did stop because I kind of fulfilled that promise to myself in my mind. And the thing is, like, it was going so well. Like, the channel grew. It was very successful for the time that I put in. And if I just kept going, it would be very great right now, because the amount of growth even that it's sustained in the over a year now that I haven't made videos on it has been insane as well. And we've been talking now. We've got the podcast going. We've got our online nutrition group that we're just starting, and our next part in the business is to have more online resources so we can reach more people, and creating content is a piece of that. And it was really exciting and motivating when we were talking about this in our workout the other day, because I could see the fire in your eyes. I could see, like, Dusty, like, you are ready to do whatever it takes. Like, you have this clear goal of, like, we're gonna help a lot of people. We're gonna make this thing super successful. And what do we need to do? And whatever it is, we will do it. And that pumped me up. But at the same time, like, I was torn in my head. And when I say torn, I felt some fear. I felt a little unsure of myself, which is very odd for me, because typically I'm not afraid of failure. Typically I'm pretty confident in myself. And I was fortunate, when I was younger to work on that piece in my mind to be confident, and say, who cares what people think? But because I feel like I've fallen off of the wagon, I guess is the saying for it, so many times with the content, and because I want to make sure that the time that I invest in anything in the business is the time best spent, I'm afraid of failure in starting up content again. And I love it, and I believe writing, and I believe doing it in video form, and I believe doing it in a way that allows me to tell personal stories that are maybe, could relate to any of the brand stuff, Hybrid Fitness, Now We're Cooking Elevate, or not related to it. I believe that just me being able to sit in front of a camera or sit in front of my keyboard and write an email and to share a story about some sort of experience and, just how it impacted me, maybe lessons learned from it, and it just being a good, entertaining story. I believe there's something there. I know that I've built this skill over the thousands of videos and hundreds of emails that I've written. I know it's good enough just about being consistent. I'm just kind of sharing everything that was going through my mind, but that fear is a piece. And so when I saw you so pumped, it was great. But when I had that fear, I was like, well, why do I feel this? Because I love creating content.
Okay.
I don't know. I know that's a lot.
No, it's a lot, but it's not. So I feel like there's a huge echo here. Anyway, so I guess what we'd want to do is unpack it a little bit, possibly. Mm-hmm. And by that I mean, so here's an example. Do you think possibly just having set the goal of a year was a bad idea for you? In the sense of, so here's an example for myself. So I know we've talked about my journey previously on the podcast and how I got into, like when I first got into fitness, it was through like the Beachbody workouts, Insanity, whatever. Okay. That was a 90-day thing. Mm-hmm. As soon as the 90 days were up, you know what I did? I went right back to what I was doing before. Mm-hmm. I accomplished that goal that it had a set duration. So do you think instead of setting, I'm going to do this for an entire year, maybe you should have just said, I'm going to make one video a week for the foreseeable future? Do you think maybe setting that end date kind of, because you're like, oh, I just need to get here, and you grind and you're like, all right, I'm done, sweet.
It was definitely something for sure. So I think there were two goals to it in my mind. Like one was a year is like that micro step I can take to help it feel manageable. But like in my mind, I did want it to continue on.
Yeah.
But what I thought about more was that year goal. Mm-hmm. And so like as soon as that year hit and then we moved the gym and all the crazy stuff happened, it was very easy for me in my mind to say it's okay if I don't. Like it was easy to justify it.
Do you think it was justified because in your mind you had already said, I accomplished what I wanted to. I don't need to go any further?
I mean, there was a little guilt there, but like I was okay with it. Like I was okay enough to not stop. And I think that was it. But
so it was probably, I mean, by the sounds of it, was probably like a perfect storm. You accomplished your goal. So you didn't feel like, well, hey, if I don't make any videos, I'm not letting myself down because I accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm not letting anybody else down because, maybe I made this public, this goal public. So everybody sees I did it for a year. I accomplished it. Can't let them down. And then, life happens, things happen, and it just kind of fizzles away.
Yeah. I think too, like, I was like, okay, like I might miss some that I hit this year, and we've got all these moving parts going on. But then there were so many moving parts. Then I just got out of the rhythm, and like it was just so long that I didn't create one. Mm. And not to say we hadn't created content. There's been a lot of content created, but not in that medium that I had set that goal in. Not, you know what I mean? Yep. So I don't know. Like I didn't really leave you with a great question, but I mean I'm just trying to work through that because zero doubt in my mind, Dusty. If we can be consistent with this, I know we can grow it into something. Like, I know we have the skill.
100%.
Like, not even a doubt. So, I think it's just, the fear is what will it pull away from. I am afraid of that stopping again.
Yeah.
And that's like, why am I thinking that? Like, that is not a normal process that goes through my mind. And I'm just trying to digest it. So I'm very conscious of it.
I'm wondering, and this is just me playing, I don't know, would this be playing devil's advocate? I don't know. But perhaps you're not so much afraid of failure, but maybe perhaps you're afraid of success.
Oh, if it's that, then I'm mad. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
it is like I feel like it is guaranteed for sure. Like if we stick to it and we do it, it is guaranteed success.
Yeah, you put the work in, it's going to happen. So do you think, I know you said to me off the mics earlier, a little bit of imposter syndrome may possibly be, going on in the head. So do you think, if you are successful, like, do you maybe feel subconsciously like, I don't deserve that. I won't deserve that. Or how am I going to handle being successful? I'm just an average Joe here at Hybrid Fitness in Warren, Maine. Like, how can I be somebody, that other people look up to?
I don't think it's that.
No.
I'm
glad it's not.
Yeah, no. I mean, I feel like I'm ready. I believe that if I put the hard work in and do become successful, then it's earned. And that, that's important, so I don't think that. I think I had mentioned the imposter syndrome, and a lot of what I was thinking there was sharing things I'd learned in business. And, in business, yes, like we've had levels of success. And like, if we're looking at the grand scheme of things, like we've been in business for 7 years, and for most of the years we've grown, but some we haven't. But we take our L's, like you take some losses. And so this part of me that's like, man, like, I don't have it figured out, like, who am I to say something, when in reality, I probably do have a lot of things to say to people at a certain level, and could help them out a lot. And in my head, I'm just like, no, like, you're not there. But the thing is, you'll never be there in business. There's always mistakes. There's always next level. There's always somebody ahead of you. And so waiting for the perfect time and sharing those doesn't make sense. As long as you're open and be like, hey, like, this is where I'm at in my business. And I'm not perfect. However, here's one thing I feel confident on in my experience, versus like, this is the end all be all. Wait, so that's where I was feeling it. But, but I know we had this conversation off the radio or whatever. But you told me, you said, maybe we just need to do it.
Yeah. Just
do it, and to get through the and figure out a way with all the other things in the business to just make sure they're done. That's the key. Yeah. And it's like, you have your recurring marketing pieces, you have then the fires putting out, which it seems like there's many of them, a lot, which is annoying.
Yeah, it's part of the gig.
Yeah. So it's just managing those and then being consistent.
Yeah. So, I actually just recently got done reading a book, again, another book by Ryan Holiday. This book was on courage. Mm-hmm. So this is the same guy that writes all the Stoicism books that I read, but this one was on courage. I think you'd get quite a bit out of that book. I think you should read all of his books, but this one it relates to this particular, because it's talking about letting fear stop you from doing things, and you just take action. Yeah, take action, and you don't even give fear the ability to hold on. Like, if you just do something, like, there's no fear there. Yeah. So I think maybe that's what you should do. And I'm not trying to be an insensitive prick here, but somehow you convinced me to quit my $80,000 a year job to come work full time for you. I think you can make this step to you just content.
I see what you're doing here. Yeah, no, I agree. We just need to create it. We just need to do it.
You just got to fucking jump.
We're just gonna do it.
Yeah, cool. Just gotta do it.
Done. All right, problem solved.
I don't think it's problem solved. I think maybe you feel a little better, but I still think that shit's gonna sit in your head until we get the first one done, and you're just fucking excited about it again. Like, yeah, because I remember watching you make videos. Like, you'd send me the link, dude, you gotta check out this video. like you would get so excited about it, and I think that's just what you need to find again. You need to find that passion and excitement through making content for people. Be it through not even just video, but like if you're writing emails again, like all that stuff. You need to do the shit that makes you happy, but it's also going to help propel the business. Like, I think that's so important to find that kind of common ground in what you do.
Yeah.
You have to be passionate about it, but if you can mix passion and work, I mean, I know some people might say to stay away from that, but like,
I mean, that's been the whole reason this happened hybrid happened in the first place. That was my passion. But yeah. And then we talked about the other thing, which is just, going as a personal brand as Hunter Grindle, and then using that vehicle to promote the businesses versus like being like, hey, this is Hybrid Fitness and I'm Hunter, sharing it from a personal brand. And I think that will allow me to be like my most authentic self. I do feel like when I'm representing a brand more closely, I just am limited into like how deep I can go, or like how myself I can be, because I think when you're representing a brand directly, you have to show some sort of like professionalism.
You're behind a curtain.
Right. Whereas if it's just Hunter Grindle, like I'm just representing myself. And yes, I still stand for my businesses, but like in that moment, like I'm talking as me, and I'm not like fully endorsing a business at that point. Now I may talk about it, but I want to be able to do that. And the reason is when I have done stuff in the past where I'm talking behind like a brand, directly, whether it be Hybrid Fitness or Now We're Cooking or Elevate, like it does take a certain amount of energy to like to not be yourself.
Yeah.
But if I can just get behind the camera, or if I can just write and talk from every personal experience, talk from every just what is me, and not have to filter one thing, because let's be honest, like I am myself no matter where I'm at. However, there are different parts of me that I will show. We all, I think everybody understands that. You wear a different mask or you wear a different hat in different parts of your life. And at Hybrid Fitness, I wear a certain hat. When I'm with my friends, I wear a different hat. And I want to be able to show all of them at the same time. That's really what I would like to do. And I feel restricted if I am attached to that brand.
And it's exhausting.
Well, that's the thing. Like it takes an additional energy, and like if we're talking about sustainability here, and being consistent, I think it's important that you don't restrict that.
You need to have some juice in your batteries.
Yeah. And there's gonna be times there is no juice. Doesn't matter what you do, right? Like I think you still got to go, but I think that sets you up for what you want to be. And again, like I think people, we talked about this, I think people nowadays are really relating more to personal, people, more than they are brands. Right? Yeah. They'll go to the brands that the people who they trust endorse. Yeah. Right? And Dusty, you're my good friend, and I see you wear Under Armour all the time. I want to be more like you because I think you're pretty cool sometimes, only sometimes. I'm going to get that hat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dusty, you're going to buy a sweet old Tesla here pretty soon.
I will if you hurry up and get over your fear of making content and make us some money.
Yeah. All right. That's motivation for me. I'm gonna create content consistently so Dusty can buy a Tesla. That would actually motivate the hell out of me.
I fucking believe you. I thought you were crazy when we sat down in your office 2 years ago and you said, I want to make it so you don't have to work at DuPont anymore. And I'm looking at you like, who the fuck do you think you are, you crazy bastard? Like, you think you're going to be able to get me to quit my job? You're crazy. Well, let's fast forward a little bit. He did it. So I think here's what I need from you, Dusty. Can you help me out with some of this? I'm not going to say yes because I know you, but I'm going to tell you that I'm going to do my damnedest.
All right. Because I might say something that's not.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So I think how I react to like too much authority. Like it kind of repels me. Mm-hmm. So I don't need you to be big bad boss Dusty. Mm-hmm. But like let's work together on this for sure. Like on this content. Like be that accountability for me, because like I don't want to let you down. Mm-hmm. Right? Like that's a big fear of mine. Let's do it together. I'm confident we can do it. But at the same time, like let's make sure that, and help me and stay on me. Make sure that we're getting everything else we need to get done in the business, because that's another fear. And if we can do those things, if we can create the content while we continue to develop the businesses successfully, doing what we need to do, then it will be fantastic. We don't have any issues.
Unstoppable.
Oh, wow. Is that your Jim Carrey impression?
I don't know. Was that Jim Carrey?
Isn't that what he does when he's like got the mask on? Unstoppable.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
And he like flicks his head to the side.
Yeah.
Unstoppable. I don't know.
It's maybe. I don't know. We'll have to revisit that one.
Do you have any other impressions you can do?
I have plenty, but I'm not going to do them here. Right. Maybe someday I'll just like fire one off and you won't even see it coming on the podcast. But okay, so what you need from me is you need a little order for your chaos. So we're going to take a little page out of Mr. Jordan Peterson's book, right? You need order. You are the chaos. I am the order. With that, we make fucking gold.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
Dude, we can do that t-shirt. We could do a t-shirt like that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because Dusty's girlfriend makes t-shirts now.
Yeah. Old screen printing Tina.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's crush it.
All right, thank you.
You got to thank me. That's what I'm here for.
What a guy. All right. Well, that's all I have. Do you have anything you want to talk about?
Honestly, I'm just really excited I got to drive a Tesla.
I know, that was pretty awesome.
It's stupid, but it made my day.
All right. That's
so,
a good day.
Big thanks to Kathy for making that happen.
Yes. Thank you, Kathy. And of course, Rob.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe some people will get something from this. I mean, I think there's good takeaways, so I guess my takeaway from this was I never expected to be in this position of, me helping you just jump into something. You've always been that, like, no prep, no nothing, don't give a shit. If you want to do something, you're just gonna do it, and you don't care, who thinks it's stupid. Like, that's always been you, and I frickin' love that. I frickin' love it. I love it, okay? I've always loved that about you, and you've always tried to get me to be like that, and it's just been so difficult for me to get out of my comfort zone and just be super sporadic and willing to just go head first into the shallow side of the pool. Maybe it's because you've hit your head so many times on the bottom, but
something happened there.
But now the roles are kind of reversed, and I never thought that would happen. So, like, you're struggling with it, and I'm telling you to just go, and it's cool. It's really cool because it tells me that we're learning from each other. You're learning to be more prepared and structured, and I'm learning to be more sporadic and just doing things off the cuff, which I don't think will ever deviate from our original kind of selves, but I think having the ability to do each is going to be great, and I think that's why we're going to rock the fucking house.
Amen.
Yeah,
let's do it.
All right. I guess, does that wrap it up? You got more?
Yeah, no, that's it. Thank you.
All right. So thanks for listening. Hopefully somebody listened. If you have not, please subscribe, be it Apple, Spotify, Google Podcast, the YouTube channel. If you sit here and watch us sit at this table and look at each other and giggle, subscribe to the channel, like it, whatever. Send it to your friends. Send it to your parents, whatever. Just share it if you like it. Tell us if you like it. Tell us if you hate it. I don't care. Just tell us something. Thanks for listening, guys.
Give us engagement.
Until next time, give me that fucking Tesla.